Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina of Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your January full moon reading. The full moon, the wolf moon in Cancer, the howling moon, occurred on the 6th of January, and I am returning from a much needed retreat during this beautiful synchronous energy of the howling moon, where I howled, I cried, I called to my soul tribe from the safety and sanctuary of my solitude. This is an opportunity for all of us to seek those matched and matching energies, those aspects, those allies, supporters, peers that are waiting for us, that we have grown and come to respect and agree to the values that we all share together. This is in line with the Mercury retrograde, and I am so happy to have you with me. If you are new, welcome, and to those of you that I know, welcome back to 2023. So let's get started, Cancer, with your overall energy for January, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is indicating your desire to explore, quest for new information, new ideas, new inspirations. I believe that you are engaging in conversations, in research, in communications. You're making contacts, you're possibly networking around the area of your newer interests. You are exploring the truths and experiences of others that are different from you, and you are excited about engaging in discourse, in conversation with those who have had different experiences than yours. The energy for the full moon is the Ten of Wands, and as you are aware, the full moon is affecting the area of your focus, your drive, your concentration, your perspective. The Ten of Wands shows you really dropping a lot of responsibilities, fulfilling obligations to others, wrapping up a sense of commitment that you have had for a very long time. You have invested much of your life's efforts into these relationships, this job, this work, this family or community, and you are ready for a change. You are releasing the burdens and the expectations of others. You recognize the limitations of those expectations of others. In fact, even the irrelevance of them. And you are releasing the sense that others owe anything to you at all, and hence that you owe anything to anyone else. You are emerging from this major change by preparing to move forward into the new year with an expectation of your own desire, your own journey, your own authentic place. In the present, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This knight is also questing for new stability and security. You want to build something, you want to grow something, and you're exploring alternatives to what it is that you have. This shows you willing to commit, looking to plan on creating something new, be that a new family structure, a new home, a new livelihood or source of income. You are exploring the implications and ways in which others have done something similar to you. In the past, we have the Nine of Swords, and this is always an indication to me of some deep learning, some deep ability, taking a maximum amount of courage and determination to sort through these unhappy experiences of your difference, ways in which you experienced failure or disappointment in attempting to meet the expectations of others, or as the result of abuse, trauma, generational trauma in many cases, as a result of your uniqueness, your inability to fit into some kind of a already given structure or conditioning that you experience, most likely from childhood, because this is also showing me that your experience of disappointment, heartache, suffering, and pain was visited upon you as a child in a way that impacted the way that you were able to grow, able to understand yourself, being denied a view, a reflection of yourself that was whole and healthy. Having done that work, the impact of that is going to be reverberating for a long, long time. And that's positive, because as you are understanding your place here, the consequences of these heartaches, you're also recognizing that you are in a position to move away from these things. It may be slow and it may be hard, but you are committed to leaving the obligations that resulted from this imposition, this emotional violence, even abuse that you may have suffered, is really releasing you to drop those ill-gotten obligations, to release those burdens. In the future, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is really helping you to recognize that you are looking for new containers of information, new containers of enlightenment, of understanding, of patience, so that you are consciously looking to alter, to change, to improve your perspective, to recognize that your thoughts form your reality. And it is to changing those thoughts that are moving you away from a painful past into a more hopeful future that allows you to recognize all the gifts that you've gained from this time of painful growth and painful a learning of understanding. Whoever said learning was easy was much mistaken. Learning is challenging at many levels, and you have been vulnerable to your own understanding, your own experience, so that you recognize that new thoughts, a new perspective is necessary in order to maximize the opportunities that you've gained from this journey that you've been on. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Pentacles and the presence with the Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Yes, I get a feeling that you are receiving some kind of advisement, support, conversations, opportunity to explore your a past set of values as you move towards incorporating new lessons into your present experience. You have deeply learned some lessons, and those lessons you are finding ways to share what you've learned with others. This is important because you're able to create some kind of an instruction manual, some kind of a how-to. This can even be volunteerism, where you are giving some instructions to others as to how to cope with, learn from, or manage of some difference that you are learning from yourself, leveraging that difference as an exchange of gifts. So this is something that we culturally often are unaware of, but disabilities are often different abilities. And so you are now understanding that your difference or your disability is something that has given you a special, different access to other abilities that many others do not have. And you're showing others how to leverage that transition from feeling less than to recognizing that this is a resource and a power. It is a skill. In your past, the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Magician in the Magician and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is popping up a lot, and I'm really sensing that the Queen of Swords is helping you in this situation to neutralize, to detach yourself from the powerful feelings of suffering and pain that you've experienced. You are understanding, in fact, that this suffering and pain has given you a wealth of information that many others may not have. And as you are learning again, reinforcing this idea that you are building something from this understanding, you are creating something. And my sense is that it is a practical tool that will help others think about these skills, the territory of differences that they have navigated throughout their life as a form of power, as another tool or resource that can be managed and leveraged. So again, I see you building some kind of a curriculum. Sounds a little bit pedantic, but the sense is a how-to, giving people the practical skills to leverage this painful experience into something that can grow or instruct others to a more powerful, more empowered experience. I am going to clarify the Hangman with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Queens and Knights we have a lot of. So the Queen of Pentacles indicates that in the future you are focused on building this new resource, building this new curriculum, writing this new how-to, this manual, providing this workshop or this tour of ways in which people can leverage this knowledge into something that allows them to gain access to recognize the extraordinary gifts within their possession as a result of navigating some difficult and painful experiences. The Seven of Swords is very much the kind of feedback that you may be getting, the kind of things that you are now recognizing you have absorbed, the kind of criticism, feedback, dismissal, lack of credit, not being taken seriously, that you have been part of the phenomenal wounding that you've experienced. You are learning to pick your battles, to decipher what information in that feedback beyond the jealousy and envy, that you're moving towards something that can make you happy. And unfortunately, that triggers often people around us to not support that. However, you're recognizing that whatever truth or information resides in that is also important for you to acknowledge, recognize, because this is the kind of obstacle that the people that you are helping are dealing with. And instead, you are not simply dismissing it, but you're recognizing it reflects the people that are delivering this unkind feedback to you or others. And so you are no longer stopped or stymied by this incredibly cruel, sometimes, words, language that comes to you, these put downs that you've experienced. And you are not being dissuaded by that because you now understand that that is not the truth in so many ways. So I hope this is making sense to you, Cancer. And I'm going to finish this up with an oracle card from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. And I've pulled Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. I'm going to leave this here, Cancer. I sincerely hope this reading has been helpful. If it has resonated for you, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And until next time, Namaste.